get to meet them a little later, but that is cheek to cheek. I invite you to take a seat. Welcome to the annual University Awards Banquet, one of my favorite events of the year. It is an energy that is palpable as we think about these extraordinary student leaders who are assembled in one room. My name is Marcia Gensler-Stevens. I have the distinct pleasure of serving as director of the Stamp, and this evening I'll be your stage manager of this amazing evening of recognition. Before we begin this evening, I invite you to join in a land acknowledgement for this place where we are by watching a short video that has come to be a piece of our ritual.
Our community owes its existence and strength to the generations before them, around the world, who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy into making the history that led to this moment. Truth and acknowledgement are critical in building mutual respect and connections across all barriers of heritage and difference. So, we acknowledge the truth that is often buried. We are on the ancestral lands of the Piscataway people, who are the ancestral stewards of this sacred land. It is their historical responsibility to advocate for the four-legged, the winged, those that crawl, and those that swim. They remind us that clean air and pristine waterways are essential to all life. This land acknowledgement is a vocal reminder for each of us as two-leggeds to ensure our physical environment is in the better condition than what we inherited, for the health and prosperity of future generations. We also acknowledge that throughout our history, our university has not always lived up to our ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to building and celebrating a multicultural community. Please take a moment to consider these many legacies of bias, prejudice, violence, and settlement that bring us here today.
Thank you all, and thank you for attending to a wonderful student leader who just delivered that message. This evening, it is my joy to be the stage manager, but I want to introduce you to any number over the time we are together, university leaders who will introduce our stellar students. There's no better way to start this event than probably one of the best advocates for Terps all around, including in the best of times and the COVID of times, with great strength and purpose. Here to welcome all of you is the Vice President for Student Affairs, Patty Perillo.
Good evening. I look forward to a time when COVID's not a part of our conversation, but so it is. So welcome. Welcome to the 42nd Annual University Awards Banquet. 42 years of celebrating extraordinary Terrapins just like you. And I want to be abundantly clear, please start eating. If you haven't started already, we want you to begin eating. I am an Italian woman, and so when you sit around the table, you just begin to eat, okay? So I started thinking about 42 years of extraordinary Terrapins, and what have I been a part of for over 42 years that's been a ritual, and I want to tell you about that in just a minute. So I want to begin by saying on behalf of President Pines, Provost Rice, and other senior leaders, all in the room with us tonight, and you'll hear from them, I want to say welcome. We are glad that you are here. Congratulations to all nominees and recipients. And thank you, student leaders, for making our campus a much better community. Students, if you're at the ceremony, it means that you've done really valuable work for Maryland and communities beyond. We celebrate you. Administrators, faculty, and staff, I know that being in the space means that you're celebrating our students you've cared for, supported, and journeyed along with the way. Thanks for joining us, although I know it's a pleasure for you. Celebrating students is a blessing beyond measure for all of us. And welcome to all family and friends who are here celebrating our students with us. We know that it takes a village, and you certainly are a part of ours. So what I started thinking about is that for over 42 years, my parents started this tradition. I'm one of 8 children, child number 5. Many of you know that I'm the favorite, right? It's actually my parents made each of us feel like the favorite. But what they made sure is that every Sunday night, we gathered together as a family. Sometimes we had dinner at noon, sometimes it was at 4, sometimes it was 9 o'clock at night. It didn't matter, we always came together. because it was important for them. And I learned some really important life lessons that I know are part of the reasons why we've gathered together for 42 years to celebrate Extraordinary Terps. And so I want to share these 5 lessons with you because they are part of the makeup of why we gather together. Make time for what is most important in your life. Create time together. Lesson number 1. Again, Sunday night, no excuses. We created time with and for each other. And just like my family, as you sit at a table with chosen or selected family and friends, we are intentionally creating this time with you to be in community because we value you, we care about you, and we recognize your contributions. You've left our campus better than you found it, and I don't think we can ask more from a campus citizen. And while we know that we are all busy, we choose to call us together with one another to foster deeper connections and strengthen our Terrapin community. We model this because it's what we hope for you when you leave Maryland, whether it's this year or next year or the next, that you choose to do the same for the families and communities that you will create beyond your time here. Time, honestly, is all we really have, and we get to choose how we use it. May you always choose to make time for things that matter the most. Second lesson, that's part of the lesson for tonight, is that this time created opportunities to reflect, because each one of us would talk about successes and joys of the week or struggles and looking at the week ahead. It was sacred and special for many reasons, but the opportunity to reflect was really important. My hope is that tonight allows you to reflect. Reflect on your contributions, all the ways that you made a difference here, to reflect on your peers' contributions as we celebrate them, and that you actually reflect. Because the truth of the matter is being engaged in and of itself isn't enough. It's important and valuable, but the learning really happens when we reflect on what we've learned and how we've learned it. So may you always choose time to reflect. The third lesson was that we celebrated. Now, the Perillo family knew how to celebrate, that's for sure. We celebrated each other's wins and losses, joys and sorrows. And we would talk about the week and all the things that inspired us. Celebration is an essential tenet of what it means to be in community. I actually think it's one of the reasons why I so love the University of Maryland, because the values of community are so resonant with me. I knew what it was like to grow up in a community that wrapped its arms around me to help me thrive, and it's exactly what we want to do with and for our students. You know, sometimes high achievers, like probably almost everyone in this room, can be focused on what's next, to go from good to great, great to greater. And we sometimes don't take time to pause in our own lives to celebrate. And this is an opportunity for us to pause and to celebrate. Not just all that you've done, but who you are. Being good and doing good is important. And not just celebrating yourself, but celebrating others. Because being a cheerleader or an advocate or a champion for others is really, really important. We hope that you choose to celebrate in community whenever you get an opportunity. The fourth lesson was curiosity. This time every Sunday really cultivated in me and in my siblings this curiosity with and for each other that remains today. We are older adults who still are connected and love the heck out of each other, and I think part of it was the curiosity that inspired in us when we came together to talk about our lives. I remember being curious about what were the things that motivated my siblings. Or I was curious about how my brothers made friends, which felt different than how my sisters and I made friends. And I was curious about how they seemingly were more invested in the things where they had natural talents than things where they had to work harder. So we want this for you too. As you learn about others, may you become more curious about them and what it means for you. We want you to commit to unwavering curiosity, for it's one of the greatest vehicles, the greatest motivators for learning and engagement. We hope that tonight you're curious about what inspired your peers to do the extraordinary things that they have done. And the fifth lesson was that inspired me to be better. It inspired me to do good in the world because I witnessed what my siblings were doing. And we want this to be the same for you as well. tonight you will hear about how this year has provided opportunity for many members of our campus community to demonstrate care and to do good for our campus and communities beyond. Award recipients and award nominees are exemplars of what it means to be the kind of TERP that we hope for with every one of our students. Those who have given back to their community, those who have advocated for those who didn't have a voice, those who improve the quality of campus life, those who use their positions of power and privilege to speak up and stand up for those in the margins, and so much more. Some of our award recipients will take their good works and continue to share that indomitable Maryland spirit with the world after they graduate. Others, fortunately, will remain on campus and continue to build on that good work. TERPs, you've done great. You are phenomenal leaders who have made a difference here. We're proud of you. We value your contributions. We thank you for a job well done and congratulate you on being rightfully honored tonight. And anytime I'm in a space like this with extraordinary student leaders, I always want to share my favorite quote on leadership in living. For above all else, this is what I hope you have learned and continue to learn. That you watch your thoughts, for they become your actions. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, because they will become your character. Watch your character, for this will become your destiny. You TERPs, I know, are destined for great things, and especially when you choose to do good and be good. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Patty, and I am so glad you followed her instructions and just busted into that salad. It's the only way to get to dessert is if you eat your vegetables. At this point in our program, I would have been telling you we're going to take a post-salad stretch, and I would be introducing you to a senior theater student who would lead us in the alma mater, but alas, she's home sick. So what you get instead is the alma mater where you have to bust a move, along with my friends from Cheek to Cheek, two of whom got their start in the health center as amazing staff members there, who agreed to help us sing the alma mater. And I will do the same, but this means you really have to sing out. You'll find the words to the alma mater on the screen and or in your program booklet, and you can't sing reverence without standing up. So shake your salad down to your ankles, stand up, here we go. When they appear on Broadway, you can say, I thought there was going to be a student that was on Broadway, but it'll be them. Okay, you did beautifully. And you sing that often because you got to sing it throughout the land. And you heard Patty say that your actions are your character. So keep telling them all about where you got your start. First, I want to just tell you, if Grandma and Grandma are still at home and they want to watch this event, It is being live streamed right now. And this is going to be where you have to text them, and maybe they'll get it. The QR code there or in the program booklet will take you to where it's being live streamed. And you can tell your friends and family who may not be able to be here this evening that this is how they can watch the whole thing go down. So it is being live streamed, and all you need to do is help them find their way. Second, for those of you in the room, there's a corner photo booth there, a little corner photo booth. And at certain times during the evening when the spirit moves you, you should go over and take a photo with your friends, your family, the people you love. And there'll be a couple of times where we take a big old break for your bathrooms and chatter boxes, and then you can also take a photo there. So just know that it's there. In your program booklet, there's lots of information about the various awards being given and nominees and finalists and the folks who are winning. The bios of all of our finalists and winners are located at the awards site, which is awards.umd.edu. And you can see a little bit more of everyone's story that we may not be able to cover this evening. There have been a number of folks recognized throughout the year. To this point, there'll be more in the next 2 weeks. And we would love to spend time telling you long, long stories about all the recipients of awards tonight, but we'll count on you to read the bio or Google them or find out something beautiful from someone who knows someone. So, joining tonight are some amazing folks, not just student leaders, but the people you love and the people that support you, mentors and guides and family members and friends and folks that you have fallen deeply and madly in love with. And so, all the applause for the rest of the event is going to be really about those recipients. But I want to take a moment just for all of us who are in the room to thank the people that got you thus far. So can we ask family members and friends and supporters and mentors and guides who came tonight to honor an award recipient nominee to please stand so that the rest of us can applaud you. As Patty said, it takes a family and it takes a village and it takes all kinds of people to do that. So we're going to be blessed to have 2 people on stage that'll keep the awards flowing to the awards presenters. Zoe Nicholson, Alexa Stimson, both will be on stage during the evening, and I am so grateful to both of them. In addition, we have awards presenters who represent the breadth and depth of campus leadership. And it is an amazing thing to have these advocates for students joining us this evening. I'm going to do this in segments, and our first segment includes 3 presenters. The first of those presenters is Matthew Ober, who is finishing 2 undergrad degrees, one in flute performance and one in information science. He also happens to be the president of Omicron Delta Kappa. Dr. James McShay will follow Matthew. James McShay is the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, an extraordinary human being, my boss, so if you really applaud, that'll help me out. And then Dr. Jennifer King-Rice, who is the Senior Vice President and Provost, who is just an extraordinary person, having come from being the Dean of the College of Education, and is just a strong believer in the strategic directions we're going, and an exceptional human being. Those are our first 3 presenters. We begin with Matthew Ober.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you, Marcia, for such a kind introduction. Every year, the University of Maryland community is enhanced with the addition of talented first-year students. This year's freshman class represents some of the brightest and most engaged scholar leaders the institution has ever admitted. With this award, Omicron Delta Kappa honors first-year students who have contributed to the university community across ODK's 5 pillars of campus life, which include scholarship, athletics, campus and community service, social and religious activities and campus governance, journalism, speech, and the mass media, and the creative and performing arts. I am pleased to introduce the top 10 freshmen of 2023. As I announce each of the winners, I ask that you join me on the stage. Eric Bennett is a computer science major and Chinese language minor, and a member of the Gemstone Honors Program. He is a part of the Residence Hall Association, serving as president of Ellicott Hall. A pledging member of Alpha Kappa Psi professional fraternity, Eric looks forward to pursuing data science at UMD. Amna Chima is a physiology and neurobiology major from Ashton, Maryland. As an ambassador for College Park Scholars, she is involved in various initiatives, including serving as the president of the Rotaract Club at UMD and as a research associate with the University of Maryland Medical Center. Hudson Grill is an aerospace engineering major from Columbia, Maryland. This honors college student serves as the vice president of programming and community development for his residence hall. He also does rotorcraft research under Dr. Chopra and is an avid climber in his free time. Gabrielle Hester is an immersive media design and information science double major. This presidential scholarship recipient and design, cultures, and creativity honors student serves on the DCC Student Council as the design director for the student entertainment events, as a graphic designer for Veritas Short Films, and designer organizer of Technica. Ela Jalil is a journalism major and Asian American Studies minor from Potomac, Maryland. She is a part of Honors Global Communities and is a tour guide with the University of Maryland. She also writes articles and assists with social media for Stories Beneath the Shell and freelances for other campus publications. Faith LeBrun is an operations management and business analytics major from Baltimore, Maryland. This Banneker Key Scholar and Smith Business Leadership Fellow is an inaugural cohort of the Interdisciplinary Business Honors. She serves her community through Snyder Consulting Group, authors a podcast called Women Who Lead, and is an academic tutor. Allison Rizzo is an intended viola performance and business management double major from Baltimore, Maryland. They are the social media intern for the Honors Humanities program and the co-principal violist of the University Orchestra. This Banneker Key Scholar is also a red-black marketing consultant and an arts writer for The Observer. Savannah Robbins is a psychology major from Durwood, Maryland. She is a part of the University Honors Living Learning program, is involved in the Peer Mentor program for behavioral and social sciences, and is a piccolo player in the Mighty Sound of Maryland Marching Band and Pep Band. Michelle Rodriguez is a public health science major with a humanities, health, and medicine minor from Bowie, Maryland. This presidential scholar is a member of the University Honors College and an outreach coordinator for the Representation and Research Ethics RARE project. She's passionate about health equity and elevating the voices of historically marginalized populations. Margaret Shelgen is an elementary education major and public leadership scholar from Germantown, Maryland. She is a Maryland football team equipment manager, a tour guide with Maryland Images, and a member of the Sigma Kappa sorority. She has a passion for education and equality for women working in sports. Congratulations, ODK Top 10 Freshman of 2023. If we could come together, maybe 5 and 5 on each side for our picture, that'd be great.
Good evening, everyone. So to our families and friends, welcome. And to our students, congratulations for such a wonderful year. We are so very proud of you. So each year, the members of Omicron Delta Kappa select a group of outstanding sophomore leaders to honor for their contributions of leadership, scholarship, and service. Applying the same principles of membership for ODK, a group of finalists is identified that represents the best of the sophomore class. They are listed in the program booklet. I would like to invite the winner of the 2023 ODK Sophomore Leader of the Year, Janavi Kakire, to come forward to receive your award as I share a bit about you with the audience. Janavi is pursuing a double degree in government and politics, international relations, and public policy, minoring in history and law and society. A student leader in Bridge UMD, Student Government Association, and the Honors College, Janavi hopes to attend law school and eventually work for the State Department. Congratulations, Janavi. So each year, the Sigma Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society selects one of its members as Leader of the Year. This person competes on both the regional and national level for the very prestigious award of ODK National Leader of the Year. Thanks to the very generous support of ODK President from 1937 to 1938, we named the Leader of the Year award for Colonel J. Logan Schutz, Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, after the late Colonel Schutz, who was an exceptional supporter of the Sigma Circle of ODK for over 75 years and a regular attendee at this banquet until his death in 2013. This year's recipient is a senior criminology and criminal justice and government and politics double major and U.S. Latinx Studies minor from Prince George's County, Maryland. Her life experience as a low-income Latina, combined with her passion for service, drives her to get involved in community organizing, particularly in the areas of criminal justice and immigration reform. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, Amy Rivera.
Good evening, everyone. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you all to celebrate these amazing students. We are just so proud of our extraordinary students here at the University of Maryland. The first award that I have the honor of presenting this evening is the William E. Kerwin Award. The William E. Kerwin Award is named in honor of Britt Kerwin, who served as president of the University of Maryland from 1988 until 1998. After serving as president of the Ohio State University, Britt returned to his home here at the University of Maryland to serve as chancellor of the University System of Maryland through his retirement in 2015. This award is presented to a member of the junior class who has exhibited outstanding leadership and commitment to the university community. A panel of faculty, staff, and alumni judged the applicants for this award, and they shared that the group was truly extraordinary. This award is in honor of all the junior class leaders who have been involved in student organizations and the community and who have contributed to campus diversity, all the while maintaining their academic performance. Now I would like to tell you a little bit about our award winner. Divya Swaminathan is pursuing a double degree in biology and sociology, along with a minor in humanities, health, and medicine. Her passions and involvement center on clinical work, bioscience research, and community service learning. Divya holds leadership positions in Terps for Change, Alternative Breaks, Alpha Phi Omega, and she's an undergraduate teaching assistant and researcher. As a current and future physician scientist, she hopes to accelerate cures for major prevalent diseases. Divya reflects on her leadership at Maryland by saying, and I quote from her application, "My service career at the University of Maryland began with multiple campus organizations dedicated to solving social justice issues, most of which provided me with meaningful learning opportunities. Leading in service organizations allows me to have a greater impact on my fellow students and on the broader community. I have led students in academic development and service work, both of which help to develop well-rounded, socially aware students who are well-equipped to tackle the challenges of their careers and the most prevalent social issues of our time, hopefully for the betterment of our global society." Divya could not be here with us tonight, so I will accept this award on her behalf. It is now my honor to present the Sarah Winnemucca Award. The Sarah Winnemucca Award is named in honor of Paiute activist, educator, and author Sarah Winnemucca and her tireless dedication in advocating for the rights of Native American communities. The award is presented to a member of the University of Maryland undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to Native American, Indian, and Indigenous communities. Our winner is Jeremy Harley. Jeremy, could you please join me on the stage as I share a bit about you to the audience? As he comes up, Jeremy is a Piscataway Conoy tribal member and a senior majoring in computer science and minoring in general business. He is a member of University Honors. Jeremy has been an active member in and served as vice president of the Native American and Indigenous Student Union, as well as being a key part in the dedication of Yahenta Mitzi Dining Hall. And he helped to lead the return of the powwow to the University of Maryland. After graduation, Jeremy will work as a software engineer at Cvent. Congratulations, Jeremy. They're just readers, don't worry. The last award I have the honor of presenting this evening is the La Raza Unida Award. The La Raza Unida Award translates as the People United. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Latino and Latina student community at the University of Maryland, and to the advancement of the broader Latino community beyond the campus. Individuals considered for this award also advance the general interest of our university. This year's recipient of the 2023 La Raza Unida Award is Amy Rivera. Welcome back to the stage, Amy. Amy is president of Political Latinx United for Movement and Action in Society, historian of the Latinx Student Union, diversity and inclusion chairwoman of Hermandad de Stigma I'm sorry, let me get this right because I practiced it. Chairwoman of Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha Incorporada. She's also a student advocate in the Undergraduate Student Legal Aid Office, and she serves as a resident assistant. Quoting from Amy's award application, "As president, I had a key role in the execution of all of our initiatives, often caring more than I should, in order to ensure that my executive board members were able to deal with their own personal issues first. I think true leaders understand that even if they do not reap the fruits of their labor, they should still do their best to ensure that the seed continues to grow, despite their absence, because they are but one person within a greater, stronger community. I want the generations of Latinx students after me to have it a little bit easier than I did. I'm honored to be part of this legacy, and I cannot wait to see how far the next generation will go." Congratulations, Amy.
I did.
We're so proud of Joey. Well, for two reasons. Joey has been the president of the grad student government and is exceptional in that role. But Joey just had ACL surgery a week ago. And on Friday, when we talked, was the first day they unlocked his brace. And I was preparing to do my Girl Scout carry on my back up the steps. And so, Joey, take it away. You made it up the steps.
Thank you, Marsha. I mean, I was thinking there would be a really good photo op of Marsha carrying me on her back, because that's what we want to see on the Diamondback, right? That photo. All right, so the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award. This award honors and recognizes an outstanding member of the Graduate Student Government Representative Assembly. The award is given to an assembly member who has gone above and beyond the call in discharging their duties while representing the needs and interests of graduate students. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award is Alexa McDormand. So Alexa, unfortunately, will not be able to join us today. They are feeling under the weather, so I will accept the award on their behalf, but I think they still deserve a round of applause. Alexa is a third-year doctoral student studying human development in the College of Education. They research early childhood risk and protective systems among under-resourced families in the Language, Experience, and Development Lab. Alexa is involved at the university on multiple levels. On the student program level, where they served a 2-year term as Vice President of Finance for the Human Development Graduate Student Organization, activities to promote community at the college level, and the university level, serving as the Graduate Student Government's Human Development Representative and Chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. Congratulations, Alexa. Cool. I think we're on to the next. All right, on to the next. This is really exciting. It's the Lord O'Leary Award, one of the most prestigious of our senior awards. The Lord O'Leary Award is presented to a senior class student who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender student community, as well as the general interest of the university. Named for author and activist Audre Lorde, the late University of Maryland professor of theater Ron O'Leary, this award recognizes some of the university's finest student leaders. This year's recipient is Max Zelaya. Max, won't you please join me on stage? There you are. All right. So Max is an English major and minors in nonprofit leadership and social innovation. She transferred from Prince George's Community College. She is the president of Pride Alliance, a student worker at the LGBTQ+ Equity Center, And in the fall, will be the Programming and Outreach Graduate Assistant while in UMD's graduate program for Student Affairs. Quoting from Max's application, "My last 3 years at UMD have been defined by community building for the extremely diverse LGBTQ+ student population. We strived for more inclusive identity groups, train new facilitators, address past intersectionality issues, and built safer online spaces. I continue to take new opportunities to learn how UMD functions, find mentors to improve myself as a person and leader, and create impactful programs for students. I love the community here, and it's beautiful to recall that my spark for building community came from simply seeing a classmate's rainbow Testudo sticker on the laptop." So won't you please join me again in congratulating Max.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I'm in awe of Joey's leg. You did that with such grace. Congratulations, Max. Now, you need a little break. You finished your salad, and you're looking forward to the main course, and you wonder, when is it coming? It's going to come now. So there'll be a little hustle and bustle. So this is the appropriate time to chat it up with the people at your table, right? Just bust a move. Go take a photo, right? Go to the bathroom. Do whatever makes your heart sing. For the next 15 minutes, the world is going to get fun.
to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. And if you miss that train, well, you'll miss the crazy way to Sugar Hill in Harlem. I said, hurry, 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 get on board, it's coming. Listen to those rails humming. Forget your car or airplane and get on board that A train. Well, get on that A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. And if you miss that A train, well, you'll miss the quickest way to Sugar Hill in Harlem. Oh, hurry, hurry, get on board, it's coming. Listen to those rails humming. Forget your car or airplane and get on board, get on that A train.
Okay, so good so far. Airline chicken, I always love that. And eating your greens will make everybody happy. Now, I want to tell you that our colleague Ty is taking pictures. And you saw him up here taking pictures and staging pictures. But that shouldn't preclude any of you from rushing the stage to take pictures. So if you're a parent who loves to rush the stage, then you do it. Or if you're a friend who's got a really tricky phone finger, you do that too, right? And you saw the president was taking pictures and Ty was like quick on his feet. So please make sure you do that. The photos that Ty takes late tomorrow afternoon will be on that same award site. So if you want to grab one of those photos to send to a friend, that will be at awards.umd.edu. So that should be by late tomorrow because Ty is very, very fast in turning them over. Our next presenter is Warren Kelly, who's a senior associate vice president for student affairs. winner of the President's Medal and a gem of a person who will present our next segment of awards.
Thank you. Good evening. It's my pleasure to present 3 awards tonight, and it's my honor to start off with the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year Award. Each spring semester, the members of the Greek community recognize one of their own as the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. This year's winner is Mishi Musami. Mishi, can you come to the stage while I give a few facts about you? Mishi is a pre-nursing family science major from Germantown, Maryland. This former global public health scholar has served as a sociology teaching assistant for over 2 years. Mishi serves as the vice president of Eta Epsilon chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, as well as the vice president of the Diversity and Inclusion for the University's National Pan-Hellenic Council, where she encourages the use of inclusive behavior and language and emphasizes the importance of intersectionality in a predominantly white institution. Congratulations to the winner of the 2023 Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year, Mishi Musami. The Veracruz Kochiyama Award is named after labor activist Philip Veracruz and civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Asian, Pacific Island, and Desi American community at the University of Maryland and the general interests of the university. An extraordinary group of student leaders was considered by a faculty, staff, and alumni committee, and we are pleased to present this award this evening. The 2023 Veracruz Kochiyama Award recipient is V. Lei. V, I was going to say join me on stage, but I think your fans helped you get here. Vile is a senior psychology major and Asian American studies minor. She is a first-generation college student and daughter of Vietnamese immigrant parents. Currently, she serves as the vice president of communications of the Asian American Student Union and the design community organizing student intern at the Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy Office. This is citing from her essay. Coca-Cola and chocolate chip cookies were a gift from my grandpa before he passed away, where he told me to always remember home. I find myself thinking about that moment as the daughter of Vietnamese immigrant parents and a first-generation college student. It was easy to feel lost finding my footing on these dizzying uphill paths. We feel you. However, in my time at the UMD, I found myself finding community in the spaces I have become a part of, and I have found joy in the relationships with people I have met. Through my involvement in leadership, I have been able to partake in serving the APITA community, as well as other communities of color, which have been historically underrepresented and underserved at multiple levels of our society. Join me in congratulating V. The Counseling Center Award for Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy is to acknowledge a University of Maryland College Park undergraduate student who has demonstrated commitment to college student mental health and wellness through their academic, co-curricular, and/or social activities on campus. Students selected for this award have engaged in a variety of activities that promote mental health awareness, help seeking, education, and/or stigma reduction, all critical issues. Their work reaches a broad demographic and embraces the values of diversity, inclusiveness, and social justice. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2023 Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award recipient, Tessia Shi. Tessie is a senior psychology and biology double major from Gaithersburg, Maryland. On campus, she serves as an Alternative Breaks co-lead and peer outreach and educator for CARE, and a member of the Gemstone Honors Program. She is passionate about mental health and co-founded the very popular Lean On Me College Park, a peer-to-peer text line. Congratulations to Tessie Ishii.
One year I walked on the stage and they were playing a very old tune that some of you know if you watch really old movies called The Lady is a Tramp. And I was like, I know this song. So I take any tune, I don't really know what the name of the words are. In an earlier break, I got to meet one of our award winners and her parents. And they have twins here at the University of Maryland, so I'm grateful for both of those students. Both of them were in the Student Government Association. They're both alumni. So I'm just doing a quick poll here. If you have one or more degrees from the University of Maryland and you're not a student, you're a mom, a dad, a faculty member, a staff member, whatever it is, will you raise your hand just so we can see how cool we are to have you in the room? Woo, woo! Now, if you've always wanted to be in the Diamondback for a good reason, tomorrow there'll be an ad in the Diamondback listing all of the award recipients, so you'll want to take advantage of that, perfect for framing as well. I'd like to introduce you to our next three presenters. Colleen Wright-Riva is an Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs that is a fairly new role for her, but she's a beloved past Director of Dining Services, which makes me pause for a minute and ask that we all say a big thank you to those who cooked the meal, those who served the meal, and those who have to do the dishes. Just wait for dessert. Scott Cronin will be our second presenter in this segment. He is a junior and the president of the Residence Hall Association. And finally, Dr. Jeffrey Hollingsworth, who's Vice President and Chief Information Officer at the university, will be our third presenter. Thanks so much.
Good evening, everybody, and way to go, dining team. Just giving a shout out to my peeps. I am delighted to present 3 awards this evening, and the first one is the Mary McLeod Bethune Award. The Mary McLeod Bethune Award is presented to a senior class member who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the African American student community and to the general interest of the University of Maryland. One of the most valued senior prizes, this award recognizes leadership in all areas of the campus community. The selection committee of faculty and staff members suggested that this was an exceptionally talented group of senior leaders. The recipient of the 2023 Mary McLeod Bethune Award is Alana McDowell. Woohoo! Alana is a senior architecture major with minors in sustainability studies and construction project management. On campus, she is involved in the National Organization of Minority Architecture Students and the Student Success Leadership Council, and works in the Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy Office as a Black student involvement intern. Quoting from our award recipient's application, overall, I feel my leadership career at the University of Maryland has been focused on advancing the interests and needs of African American students. As I prepare for my life after college, I am starting to think strongly about how my leadership will transform into my future career. My career goal is to enter the world of urban planning and community development. I want to serve underdeveloped communities and enforce sustainable, equitable, and intentional design. This is important to me because community development is the foundation for cities to improve the lives of their citizens. I plan to use my leadership skills throughout my career and further my understanding of community engagement and how public policy can tackle issues within a community. Congratulations to Alana McDowell, recipient of the Mary McLeod Bethune Award. And our next award is the Christopher Carey Customer Service Award. The Christopher Carey Customer Service Award recognizes a student employee who has demonstrated exceptional customer service to others through dining operations across campus. The award is named for Chris Carey, who was a student employee of dining services and worked at Mulligan's, our restaurant at the golf course. Each day that he came to work, Chris captured the essence of what is valued in the dining services department. This award, named in Chris's memory, is a way of encouraging all employed at the University of Maryland Dining Services to strive for the same goals, to do so with pride and always with Chris's great smile. As I introduce the recipient of this award, Kiera Vani, I ask her to join me on the stage. Yay, Kiera! Woohoo! All right, dining. Kiera is a junior accounting major with a minor in data science. She has worked as a student supervisor, a student manager, a human resource assistant, an alcohol beverage control officer, and an accounting clerk in dining services. Is that all? Yeah, come on. Outside of work and school, she finds joy within many different art forms, such as singing, writing, and dancing. Please join me in applauding the winner of the 2023 Chris Carey Customer Service Award, Kiera Vani. Yay! And my third award is the Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award. In 1983, the Union at the University of Maryland was named for Adele H. Stamp, the Dean of Women at the University of Maryland from 1922 until 1966. In recognition of her many contributions to the university community, the Stamp annually presents an award to an undergraduate or graduate student who has worked to further similar causes. The individual receiving this award also receives a cash prize. I would like to invite the recipient of the 2023 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award, Sophia Franklin, to join me on stage as I share a bit about you with our audience. Here she comes. Sophia is a senior government and politics and French language and culture double major and the chair of the Stamp Advisory Board. This College Park scholar is part of the UMD Fellows Program, where she has been a teaching assistant, senior teaching fellow, and program assistant. Sophia was a founding student member of Terra Peers, a program that matches new and returning students together in a mentoring program that was founded during the pandemic and that continues to the present day as we seek to enhance students' sense of belonging. Congratulations, Sophia, winner of the 2023 Adele H. Stamp Student Memorial Award. Congratulations.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Scott, and I'll be presenting a couple of awards, the first one being the Resident Assistant of the Year Award. So over 90% of our first-year students here at the university and thousands of upperclassmen live in our residence halls, apartments, and in our public-private partnership facilities. Unlike any other connection, students often find that their initial sense of community at the University of Maryland is with residents of their floor or the members of their hall council. Talented resident assistants who serve as role models, programmers, peer counselors, resource people, and engaged leaders nurture this sense of community. I would like to introduce to you the 2023 Resident Assistant of the Year, Wayne Hudley. Now, Wayne, as you make your way up to the stage, I'm going to say a few words about you. So, Wayne Hudley is a cinema media major from Baltimore, Maryland. This resident assistant performs his responsibilities with enthusiasm and thoughtfulness. Wayne serves as an AAP ambassador, president of the Enrage Models, and works with the Black Student Union's Big Little program. Wayne has built up a photography brand and plans to become a film director. Congratulations to the 2023 Resident Assistant of the Year recipient, Wayne Hudley. The next award I'll be presenting is the Camille Rashpat Memorial Award. The Camille Rashpat Memorial Award for Outstanding Member of the Student Judiciary is given to the person in the university student judiciary who, throughout their service, most exemplifies the ideals of truth, honesty, integrity, empathy, and compassion. The award is named in memory of Camille Rashpat, who served as the student judiciary as a member and as the presiding officer of the Honor Council from 1997 to 1998. Camille died suddenly in October of 1998 from complications due to cancer treatment. This award is given with its name thanks to a generous gift from Camille's family. As I introduce our recipient, Lilia Carpachon, I ask her to join me on stage. Lilia is a criminology and criminal justice and French double major from Gaithersburg, Maryland. She's a member of the Honors Humanities program and also acts with the Maryland Shakespeare Players. In USJ, she serves as the executive board, training co-chair, and the presiding officer. She's also interning in the Prince George's County Office of the Public Defender. Lilia's nominator remarked about her ability as a presiding officer to challenge the status quo and to hold others to a high standard of ethics, as well as the ability to take on whatever challenge is in front of her. Please join me in applauding the winner of the 2022 Camille Rashpat Memorial Award, Lilia Carpachon.
Hi, I'm Jeff Hollingsworth, and I saw a bunch of you using your cell phones, so I wanted to give a shout out to the Wi-Fi team staffed by students and staff here, because they make it possible to post all these photos. Today I have the honor to present several awards. The first is the Student Athlete of the Year Award. The Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athlete of the Year Award are presented to outstanding male and female intercollegiate athletes. The award holds up the extraordinary leaders who exemplify the characteristics that best define student athlete. Those who combine academic excellence, leadership on the field of competition and on campus, as well as academic excellence. As I introduce our two recipients, I'll ask them to join me on the stage. Nick LaRusso. Nick has been one of the best baseball players in the country this season while excelling in the classroom at Maryland. As a sociology major, he ranks among national leaders in runs batted in, home runs, runs scored, and hits. He set a school record with a 31-game hitting streak earlier this year. Wow. And has led the Terps to a national top 25 ranking in the postseason ahead. Congratulations. Diamond Miller has been ranked as a standout on and off the court in Maryland's nationally ranked basketball program, and I'm not sure if she was able to make it tonight. That does not look like it. All right, Miller, who will graduate this spring with a degree in family science, was recently selected number 2 overall in the WNBA draft by Minnesota after leading the Terrapins to an NCAA Elite 8 this season and earned All-American, All-Big Ten honors in 2023. Please join me in congratulating Diamond. The James H. Kehoe Award and the Ethel Kiesler Award honor the former men's intramural sports director, Jim Kehoe, and the former women's intramural sports director, Ethel Kessler. Both of these individuals served at the university for a combined 45 years. This award is presented by the University Recreation and Wellness to an undergraduate or graduate student who has provided the highest degree of leadership and service to the recreational needs of the university community. Let me introduce you to the recipient. William Phone is a sophomore from Rockville. Join me on the stage, please, William. Oh, William's not here today, I see. All right, he is studying computer science. He's involved with the Hack for Impact, Sigma Phi Delta, and is a resident assistant. Through these roles, William has inspired residents and other community members to be active and live well, emphasizing the many dimensions of wellness beyond just physical well-being. Unfortunately, he could not be with us tonight, but please join me in congratulating William. The Spirit of Maryland Awards are presented annually in lieu of the traditional homecoming king or queen honorees to 2 members of the senior class who thought through their achievements have most exemplified the spirit of Maryland. Criteria for the award including outstanding scholarship, leadership, campus involvement, community service, and communication skills. The award is presented annually in the fall semester during the homecoming celebrations. Let us congratulate these 2 recipients by having them stand to be recognized. Congratulations once again to Kaisley Jacobs and Ishad Yardi, our 2022 Spirit of Maryland recipients.
Does anyone know that song? Anyone? Anyone? That's right, Joey. That is exactly what the song is. Thanks for calling it. Now, you get another little bit of an intermission because it's time for dessert. You did a very good job of eating your main course, and my friends in dining are going to give you Smith Island cake, which is the state dessert. Not everybody has a state dessert, but we do. While they're starting to pull your already clean plates, I want to introduce you to just a few folks. The first is I want to say thank you to everyone who was involved in award selection. You all apply, and that in and of itself takes lots of time and energy. But I also want to thank all those individuals who read awards applications, who sat on award selections committee. I know there's a bunch sitting at that table right there, but I think there's a bunch sitting over there. If you were a part of an award selection committee, will you please stand? I want to give a big shout out to the real engineer of this event, and that is Donna Lim. And Donna Lim sitting right over there. And she's joined in that effort by Michelle Reese, who makes all things happen, and you may have met her when you checked in this evening. I'm also really grateful to faculty and staff members who came today to celebrate student leaders. And I know that you're here out of great admiration and love for the students you get to work with. Now, I could point some people out, James Bond, but if you're a staff member or a faculty member or a department chair or whoever you are, would you please stand so that we can thank you for being those guides and mentors and friends? Come on, Sister Maureen. Come on, Joe. Bring it on. Yes. A little later, just prior to graduation, some of the awards that are presented today will be included in the stamp wall of honor that details generations of people. Those will be up by graduation. Don't go there now, go later to take your picture. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you that it's time for a break. So don't forget, you can use the step and repeat and take pictures. You can go to the bathroom. You can just chat with your friends. One quick thing you might want to do, you probably have enough time to do this, and that is to run downstairs to the North Court, which is the level below where you can walk out and find your way back over to the baseball field. In the North Court, as of last Saturday, is a statue of Greg Heffley. Greg Heffley, the star of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, was dedicated last week. And since then, people have been paying pilgrimage to Greg Heffley. So if tonight's your night that you want to go rub Greg's head, nose, or book bag, it is your night. You have enough time to go see Greg and get back here. 10 minutes, go.
cry in my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye, we'll lullaby of birdland, whisper low. Kiss me sweet, and we'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky up above. We're in love. tots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, words to be wrung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today. 'Cause you make me feel so young.
So, have you started on the Smith Island cake yet? So many small layers. Does anyone ever really make this cake? Do you know how to do this? This is a lot of layers. Our next three presenters are good souls. Ayelet Halbfinger is the president of the student government and a Smith School student. You'll meet her momentarily. She'll be followed by Dr. Georgina Dodge, who's vice president for diversity and inclusion. And finally, Dr. Evelyn Cooper, who's assistant dean of the graduate school. Ayelet.
The Student Government Association presents the William L. Thomas Award annually. For 27 years, the late Bud Thomas served as Vice President for Student Affairs. Bud was at so many of these award banquets, so we remember his rich life and legacy by seeking to advance the causes that were important to Bud, including leadership and student governance. This award recognizes individuals who have directly contributed to the Student Government Association and its constituents. Let me tell you about this year's recipient of the 2023 William L. Thomas Award winner, Isha Yardi, as I ask her to join me on stage. Isha is a public health science major from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Her leadership and involvement experiences include the following activities. She is co-founder of the Terrapin Think Tank, co-director of the Student Government Association's Health and Wellness Committee, and a research assistant of the School of Public Health's Neighborhood Health Laboratory. I will also say Isha has been an amazing resource this year within SGA, and I happened upon Isha completely and totally by accident in my 80 hours scouring LinkedIn for some seniors to get involved. And when Isha told me that she would take the role, that was one of the greatest success stories of this year's student government. So I'm so thankful to Isha for everything she's done this year. The Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor Award is presented to the University of Maryland faculty or staff member who has provided outstanding service as an advisor to a campus student organization. This advisor is a viable and integral part of the success of student organizations. They contribute to the growth and development of individual students in the organization, and they are considered a role model. This award is named after the former Vice President for Student Affairs and past student group advisor who provided exemplary leadership to the University of Maryland campus community and whose strong support for student organizations is one of her most significant legacies. The 2023 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for Student Organizations is Dr. Daniel Levin. Daniel, will you please join me on stage? Dr. Daniel M. Levin is an associate clinical professor in the Department of Teaching and Learning, Policy and Leadership. Dan entered his PhD in science education at UMD. He teaches in science and mathematics, education, and teacher education. His research is in science teaching and at learning and science teacher education. A casual sure to a group of earnest students in the summer of 2020 led to a fruitful and gratifying relationship with the Every Child Project. Dr. Levin had multiple nominations. One nominator had this to say about her advisor. Having worked with Dr. Levin in the ongoing evolution of the Every Child Project, TECP, we are endlessly grateful for his investment in the success of our organization's objectives. Through his support, TECP has been able to effectively empower our tutors, adapt to ever-changing environments, and expand who we are able to serve. The Every Child Project was founded during the COVID-19 pandemic to offer free, accessible tutoring to K-12 children across Maryland. Despite the chaos, closures, and uncertainty of the pandemic in 2020, Dr. Levin served as a consistent and encouraging resource throughout the formation of the organization, on top of navigating changes in his own teaching roles. Congratulations, Dr. Daniel Levin, the 2023 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization.
Good evening, everyone. Do you know the name of that song? That was a good one, Marcia. I like that. I'm Georgina Dodge, and I have the honor of presenting awards to 3 outstanding students this evening. The Nimburo Cultural Center serves as a community and cultural center for all members of the campus community. Each year, the center presents 2 awards. The John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award is presented in honor of John Slaughter, who served as Chancellor of the University from 1982 to 1988. This award is presented to an African American senior who is a role model, student activist, and who has made a concerted effort to contribute to the intellectual and co-curricular development of African American students. This year's recipient is Shane Richmond. Shane, won't you join me on stage? Shane Richmond is a senior business finance major. He's currently the assistant executive director of the Eastern Region and the president of the Iota Zeta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Shane also serves as the Vice President Emeritus for Black Business Association, which he revamped and served 2 consecutive terms. With a passion for music, Shane plays the keyboard in a band called Fontana, as well as working as a college marketing representative at Sony Music University. There's more. He is also a 3-year intern with Deloitte and plays an active role in community service activities. Won't you please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of the winner of the John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award, Shane Richmond. The second award presented by the Nimburo Cultural Center is the J. Otis Williams Memorial Award. This award honors the late Otis Williams, who served as the director of the Nimburo Cultural Center. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and dedication to cultural awareness, identity development, and who have been advocates for student interest. This year's award is Ida Cat Turner. Please join me on stage, Ida. Ida Cat Turner is a senior neurophysiology and biology major originally from Ghana. She is an RA and a dedicated member of the African Student Association, having held several leadership roles, including treasurer, Vice President of Administration, and currently the President of the ASA, where she leads 18 executive board members. Congrats, that's a lot right there. Ida has always been determined to invest herself in her community, and she understands the importance of unity, support, and cultural competence. And her goal is to be a driving force toward those ideals. She is also a Nimburu Cultural Center student ambassador. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the J. Otis Williams Cultural Leadership Award, Ms. Ida Cat-Turner. The Loving Award is named in honor of Mildred and Richard Loving for their bravery and perseverance in invalidating miscegenation laws via the landmark Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. This award is presented to a member of the university undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to multiracial and cross-cultural causes and communities. This year's award recipient is Ava Lamberty. There you are. Okay, good. Ava Lamberty is a junior general biology major and Asian American Studies minor. She has played active roles in both the multiracial, biracial student organization, along with the Asian American Student Union. Ava is passionate about engaging in conversations surrounding racial identity and advocacy for multiracial and APITA communities. Quoting from our award recipient's application, "My involvement in the multiracial and transracial adoptee community at UMD has played a pivotal role in my identity development. I became an active member of the Multiracial Biracial Student Association, MBSA, my sophomore year, and since my involvement has grown. I joined MBSA because I wanted to find a community on campus in which I could embrace both parts of my identity. I am Puerto Rican and Japanese, which is definitely a unique identity that most cannot relate to, but within the MBSA community, I have been able to find so many connections for the first time in my life. Finally, experiencing a sense of belonging within a community of people is an amazing feeling, and one that I wanted to share with as many other people as possible. Congratulations, Ava Lamberty."
Good evening. I'm Evelyn Cooper, and it is my pleasure to present the next two awards. Several months ago, student organizations, deans, directors, department heads, and faculty members were invited to nominate outstanding graduate students for the Distinguished Service Award. The response was overwhelming. Campus citizens were anxious to laud the accomplishments of countless graduate students in the areas of scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service. As a criteria for this prestigious award was considered, the Selection Review Committee recommended looking at the merits for this award separately for the master's and the doctoral level. Hence, we have recognized 2 recipients of the Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award this year. So, without further ado, here are our finalists. I invite each finalist to come to the stage so we may recognize you. Lynn Marie Edwards. Lynn Marie Edwards is a second-year Master of Public Management from Marivel, Trinidad and Tobago. She currently works as a graduate assistant and sits on several campus boards. She has a passion for public service, particularly public management. Lynn Marie is committed to uplifting communities through active membership in community organizations. Joey Havoc, join us at the stage. Joey is a second-year master's student in international education policy, graduating this spring. His research pertains to climate change education and education for sustainable development within international higher education. In addition to his work as the president of the Graduate Student Government, he also serves as a diversity and inclusion graduate assistant in the Robert H. Smith School of Business. Livingston Imonitia, come join us on the stage. Livingston is a second-year graduate student from Edo State, Nigeria. He is in the Civil and Environmental Engineering program with a major in transportation engineering. His research interest is in traffic safety and working with the Maryland Transportation Institute to identify and alleviate the severity of crashes on roadways in Maryland. I saw your presentation last week. It was excellent. Next, we have Nikita Kiamani. Nikita is a recent graduate of the Industrial Organizational Psychology Master's Program and is a double alumna of UMD. She currently works as an assistant coordinator of engagement, services, and programs in the Department of Res Life after completing her graduate program. In her free time, Nikita enjoys spending time with family and friends, traveling, and listening to podcasts. Tiffany McCaskill. Tiffany, a third-year PhD student in the Department of Teaching and Learning, Policy and Leadership, and co-chair of the TLPL Graduate Student Association. A native of Baltimore, Maryland, Tiffany earned her BA and MED from Salisbury University. Her research focuses on recruiting Black teachers into K-12 education. Autumn Perky. Autumn is a fourth-year PhD student in government and politics, focusing on international relations and American politics from Hebron, Ohio. She received her bachelor's degree in political science from Ohio State University in 2019. Her research focuses on the intersection between political psychology, conflict processes, and public opinion. Swati Saw. Swati is a PhD student in behavioral and community health at the University of Maryland. She received her MPH at New York University, and her primary research focus is understanding power-based violence as it relates to structural policies and practice. She is also currently a research assistant with the UMD's Community Thrives Lab and the Sexual Assault Prevention Graduate Coordinator within the Department of Fraternity and Sorority Life, where she oversees primary prevention programming. Please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of these outstanding graduate student leaders. The recipient of the Master's Level Award was nominated with the following words: "The University of Maryland is fortunate to have a plethora of smart, dynamic, and fearless students shaping their minds to address future needs. This recipient is exceptional in part because she leads from a place of service. She has come to UMD to learn about public administration and policy in order to give back to her community and society. Her foundational knowledge of law and natural curiosity and leadership skills have improved the operations of the International Student Advisory Board for International Student and Scholar Services. She will leave the organization on firmer ground and will have left her mark. I will miss our conversations, her thoughtful style, and earnest commitment to create positive change in policies and organizations." Please join me in congratulating the 2023 winner of the University of Maryland Master's Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Lynn Marie Edwards. Where is Ty? Oh, there's Ty. You want to say a few words?
They told us to prepare a speech, and I was convinced that I would not win, so I did not prepare a speech. So this is from the heart. I came to UMD 2 years ago from Trinidad and Tobago. I always wanted to study abroad, and I waited 30 plus years to do so. And I told myself when I got here, I would take advantage of every opportunity that came my way. And UMD provided many opportunities, many opportunities, and I took advantage of it. But it was all from a place of service and wanting to make this campus, which had given me my lifelong dream of studying abroad, making it become a reality. I wanted to give back, and it has been a tremendous experience. I will miss UMD, and I hope that all the work that I've done goes on to bear more fruits. And of course, I want to say special thank you to all of these people here, many of whom I know, who have also helped to shape my time at UMD and who have inspired me more than you would know. So thank you very much. And thank you to all of you as well.
For the University of Maryland Doctoral Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, the doctoral student's nominator said, "I have known the recipient for the past 2 years, and a more dedicated and hardworking graduate student would be difficult to find. Their work in the area of sexual assault prevention is amazing. Whether leading a small group discussion with 10 sorority women, or speaking in front of hundreds of people at a national convention, this individual connects with people on an individual level and helps them to feel at ease, even when discussing a difficult topic such as sexual assault. They've become a trusted resource among the men and women in the fraternity and sorority community and have shown tremendous passion for their work throughout their time on campus. They are extremely intelligent and learn from both passive observation and active participation. The recipient has demonstrated the ability to apply theory to practice countless times over the course of their employment at Maryland, and does so in a way that provides students with the opportunity to grow and step out of their comfort zones while still feeling safe. I've come to rely upon her in times of crisis as a person who I can turn to for insight and advice. She is calm and level-headed, and often can cut directly to the heart of the problem and identify solutions. I believe she is one of the best emerging health professionals in the country. Congratulations to the 2023 winner of the University of Maryland Doctoral Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Sawati Saw.
Okay, I also did not prepare anything as I was instructed to, so off the cuff. I am just, this feels very affirming right now. I really want to start out by thanking DFSL, particularly Tyler, Bailey, and Matt, who is not here. As a graduate student, it's very rare to get the opportunity to work on your professional interests during your graduate assistantship, and I feel every day like I'm not coming into work, but that I get to work on my passion project. As someone who is also a survivor of sexual assault, this is really meaningful and impactful work for me, and I'm just really grateful to have the space to voice my ideas and my thoughts and have those supported and turned into reality, so thank you.
Congratulations. Get some pictures with your flowers there too. Get some pictures there. There you go. Okay.
We're on the precipice of our final section, but I want to tell you two quick things. Mother's Day is on Sunday, next Sunday. And if you put something in the refrigerator, you might be able to pretend like it's fresh and new. So at your table are floral displays, and you should arm wrestle other people at the table to determine whose mother would get those flowers. But you are welcome to split them or take them at the end of the evening. So figure out whose birthday's closest, and it's yours. The other thing, I want to give one more shout out to my friends in Good Tidings Catering and Dining Services with great thank you for a delicious meal. And I want to thank my colleagues in the Stamp, from those who are doing IT and live streaming this, to those who set the table and chairs, and those who will clean it up when the whole thing is over. And finally, to my friends in Cheek to Cheek, thank you so much for bringing music into our world today. Gosh, we need it. Our final two presenters barely need a moment's introduction, but you met Patty Perillo earlier, who's the Vice President for Student Affairs. Who you didn't meet earlier is everybody's parent, who's been taking pictures right and left, which is so beautiful, and you know you're going to be on some sort of, tweet or something from the president's office. Daryl Pines was the dean of the College of Engineering, and I love the fact that he is, an aerospace engineer, and he had a meteoric rise. Do you get that pun? To become the president of the University of Maryland, and we are so proud of both of these great individuals.
I have asked Dr. Marcia Ginsler-Stevens to stay on the stage because President Pines and I said, someone needs to thank this woman. How about that, right? MC by day, comedian by night. She's a resident historian.
Keep talking
What?
to him about that. He's going to win it.
Yeah, she told me to go really fast, President Pines, because she wanted you to lose. They have this bet going. But this August, Marcia will have served this institution for 41 years. Marcia, thanks for everything. And you just better learn President Pines always wins. It just kind of happens that way. So y'all, this is the ending of our award celebrations, but there's still quite a few to go in terms of the Maryland Medallion Society. So we've come to the last series of the awards. Each year, the finalists for the Wilson H. Elkins Award and the UMD Model Citizen Prize combine to form the Maryland Medallion Society. This prestigious group showcases the talents of 20 of the brightest, most capable, and engaged of the university's undergraduate student leaders. Together, these individuals boast an exceptional cumulative grade point average. They are leaders in the classrooms and in countless student organizations. These 20 individuals have enlivened our university and certainly have enlivened our lives. Their leadership legacy seems to know no bounds. President Pines and I will have the opportunity and joy to actually host them for, well, he's actually hosting at the University House, he and Mrs. Pines. So we'll have an opportunity to get time with them one-on-one, which will be great. As I introduce each finalist, I invite you to join us on stage. President Pines will present each Maryland Medallion member with a medallion. Ada Beams. Ada, come join us. Ada is a French and integrative healthcare double major. She's explored health equity and mental health advocacy. She's a past student member of the Board of Regents. Ada, in her leadership and co-curricular experiences, promotes well-being to improve undergraduate experiences and learning. Ada hopes to continue serving communities with a medical degree and by influencing health policy and improving health literacy long-term. Emmanuel Corporal. Emmanuel is an international business and supply chain management double major. He's from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's involved in Pi Sigma Epsilon, Omicron Delta Kappa, Maryland Images, and the Student Organization Resource Center. Emmanuel is grateful for the new friends he found and the growth he has experienced at UMD. We are grateful for Emmanuel's service. Amy Daston Van Ryn. Amy is a theater and economics double major with an arts leadership minor. Is Amy here? No? We'll still just read about her. She's involved with stage managing main stage productions, pre-law and public policy fraternities, international development research, which she's published and presented at conferences. Professionally, she's interested with Cornerstone Research, Wolf Trap, and Apt Associates, among other experiences. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to be with us tonight. Sarah Dawood. Sarah Dawood. Sarah Dawood. Sarah is a microbiology major with a business minor. Sarah has been an advocate for student health and success as president of the Student Health Advisory Committee in the University Health Center, resident assistant, TERPS in Space finalist, and local refugee tutor. Post-graduation, Sarah will be conducting cancer research at NIH and hopes to become a physician health policy advocate. Justin Fox. Justin is a government and politics major with minors in Asian American studies and history. He hails from Brunswick, Maryland. He has interned at the Office of the City Administrator, DC House of Representatives, Maryland Public Defender's Office, among others. Justin works on campus as a resident assistant and peer advisor. He is the Vice Chair of Academics for the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences Dean's Student Advisory Council. You've already met Ayelet, but Ayelet, please join us. Ayelet Haubfinger. Ayelet is a finance and operations management and business analytics double major. At UMD, she was a part of the Honors College and Design Cultures Creativity Honors Program, also part of the Quest Honors Program and 2 Smith Fellowships. Ayelet serves as the student body president, as president of the Student Government Association. Hi, Mom. Cassidy Jacobs. Cassidy is a government and politics and criminology and criminal justice double major. She comes to us from Baltimore, Maryland. She's focused her college career on social justice and first-generation college student initiatives through Terps for Change, the University Senate, and the BSOS Dean's Student Advisory Council. Ethan Jenkins. Ethan is a winter 2022 graduate with majors in finance and international business. At UMD, Ethan was the president of the Student Alumni Leadership Council, vice president of Omicron Delta Kappa, as well as a member of the University of Maryland Board of Governors. Kayla Malone. Kayla is a senior finance major. She is president and founder of the Black Business Association. Kayla has also held leadership positions in the Smith Undergraduate Student Association, Quest Honors Program, Women Empowerment Institute, Social Justice Alliance, and Resident Hall Association. Brianna Mercado. Brianna is a biochemistry major from Aspen Hill, Maryland. She is a first-generation student and American, and will be pursuing a graduate degree starting this fall semester. She is a sister of Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha Incorporato, and she served as the president of the Multicultural Greek Council. Jessica Wynn. Jessica is a government and politics and public policy double major with minors in Spanish and Asian American studies. Jessica's love for Apara student life has led her to leadership in the Filipino Cultural Association and the Asian American Student Union as co-president. She's a 2-year resident assistant and pursuing an MPP upon graduation. Matthew Ober. Matthew is a flute performance and information science double major. He comes to us from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's been awarded multiple first prizes at competitions. He performs with the University of Maryland Symphony, Wind, and Opera Orchestras. Matthew's primary teachers are Sarah Fischoff and Aaron Goldman. Matthew is president of Omicron Delta Kappa. Renee Paul Raj. Renee is a government and politics and information science double major. She has served as an intern for Terps Vote, president of Girl Up, chair and presiding officer of the University Student Judiciary, a co-captain on the mock trial team, a member of Moot Court, and founder and president of ACLU at Maryland. Amy Rivera. We are all already familiar with Amy. She is a senior criminology and criminal justice and government and politics double major and U.S. Latinx studies minor. Amy is a past Kerwin Outstanding Junior of the Year Award recipient and a Harry S. Truman Scholarship finalist. She is also an ODK member. Naya Stewart. Naya is a government and politics major who comes to us from Frederick, Maryland. During the past 4 years, she has held multiple leadership positions, including but not limited to Chief of Staff for the Student Government Association, Teaching Assistant for the Global Fellows Program, and Co-Communications Chair for ODK. Kevin Tu. Kevin is an economics and physiology and neurobiology double major. He is the founder of Combating Overdoses in Rural Areas and UMD's satirical newspaper, The Hair. He teaches a student-initiated course and runs the Green Labs program. Following graduation, he will attend the University of Cambridge on a Churchill Scholarship and eventually matriculate into medical school. Raja Ukondwa. Raja is a government and politics major. He has served as chair of the BSOS Dean's Student Advisory Council, president of Black Pre-Law Association, vice president of OMSI College Success Scholars, lead advocate for undergraduate legal aid, and philanthropy and community service chair of Omicron Delta Kappa. He has served as a teaching assistant for a variety of courses. Josephine Yorea. Josephine is a public policy and Chinese double major living in the Language House Chinese Immersion Program. Josie served in various leadership capacities, working towards ending sexual and power-based violence on campus. Josie will continue pursuing her MPP while working as a legislative assistant to State Senator Will Smith. Clarissa Shah. Clarissa is a physiology and neurobiology and psychology double major. On campus, she has been involved in many organizations, including the Taiwanese American Student Association, Terps Against Hunger, and Help Center. Following graduation, she plans to attend medical school to pursue a career in as a multilingual physician. Marilyn Yang. Marilyn is an environmental science and policy major who comes to us from Prince George's County. With a passion for environmental justice, she aspires to work with frontline communities most affected by environmental degradation and climate change. She served in various leadership positions on campus with an SGA Sustainability Committee, 17 for Peace and Justice, Minorities in Agricultural, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences, and OMSI. Now, can we just give it up for this extraordinary group? I don't know about the rest of you, but I wasn't doing this when I was in college. They are one impressive group of leaders on campus, and you can tell how they've changed this institution and this place by their leadership. So we're asking them to remain because all the members of the Maryland Medallion Society are eligible for the Wilson H. Elkins Citizenship Award. This honor is presented annually to a senior who displays outstanding involvement and leadership in campus activities and who has contributed significantly to the general advancement of student affairs. This award is named for University President Wilson Elkins, who served from 1954 to 1978. Having already introduced you to each of the finalists for this award, I introduce our award winner by reading from this individual's essay. And I quote, "I leave this campus with a legacy for empowering survivors. My leadership career resulted in decreased barriers to Title IX reporting and resources, creating empowering and inclusive communities, and increasing the accessibility of resources on campus. Through my empathic, empowering, and service-oriented approach to student advocacy and collaborative execution of impactful ideas in support of the common good, I work to address our community's grand challenges and create a university where all students are safe from power-based and sexual violence. These values will guide me as I continue my work to make lasting contributions to the eradication of power-based and sexual violence. Won't you join me in congratulating the recipient of the 2023 Wilson H. Elkins Award, Josephine Llorera.
I'm also terrible. I didn't prepare anything. I really was convinced that I didn't get any award either, just because, I mean, everybody up here, congratulations to you all. We all have done something on this campus, and I was at a different award ceremony, and oh my gosh, my heart's racing, sorry. But I was just talking to my parents about like how everybody here is so invested in like one different niche area, and that's what I love about UMD is that no matter what room I was in, no matter who I was talking to, I felt like I was empowered to do whatever I wanted, to talk about anything that needed to be talked about, because I feel like one thing I've realized at UMD is that your identities are really what is your greatest asset in every room, is what everybody wants to hear about. And so thank you so much for everybody here and for every one of my friends that helped me with the application too. I know you all were helping me till the deadline, but I also want to thank my family for coming out and supporting me. I couldn't do that without them. So thank you.
And they're going to remain because the University of Maryland Model Citizen Prize is the most prestigious university award presented to two members of the graduating senior class who, during their collegiate career, have most nearly typified the model citizen and have contributed significantly to the general advancement of the interests of the university. By the generous donation from an anonymous Model Citizen Prize alumni benefactor, each Model Citizen Prize recipient will receive a $1,000 honorarium. All members of the Maryland Medallion Society are finalists for this high honor, and I will read to you a little bit from our first recipient's essay. And I quote, "An hour before I had to submit my seat deposit for UMD, I received the Maryland Guaranteed Access Grant. For a student living in a home making less than 200% of the federal poverty line, this email changed my life. 4 years ago, I was able to become a first-generation high school graduate on my father's side, and now a first-generation college student on both sides of my family. At that time, I had no understanding of what it meant to be a student leader or how I could use my background to advocate for others. Once I started college, I slowly began to realize the conditions of my prior educational experiences, such as having led water fountains or not attending preschool, which were inherently disadvantageous to myself and to my old classmates. By comparing my experiences to those of my college peers, I saw the ways that the educational system failed predominantly poor children and children of color. My advocacy has allowed me to use my experiences to ensure that the next generation of Terps attends the most inclusive Maryland possible. This journey is not solely for my social mobility, but to make an impact on the futures of other students. I hope that I am not the exception to the statistics of low-income and first-generation students, but rather show what is possible when we are believed in and given equitable resources, much like Maryland has done for me. You have left your mark on this campus, Cassidy Jacobs, and we believe in you. Won't you please join me in honoring the first recipient of the Maryland Model Citizen Prize, Cassidy Jacobs. Bring you over here. There's your. Let's get a photo first.
I feel like you already know everything about me from my writings, but thank you so much for this award. Thank you so much to the selections committee and every administrator who's ever listened to me, sent an email asking about anything, so thank you so much anyone's ever responded to anything or just listened to me and heard my story. I sincerely appreciate it. Like I mentioned in my statement, I'm the first person in my family to ever attend a college of any form, so this is just an incredible opportunity, and I am just so thankful that the university has been able to accept me as I am and work on improving the next generation of Terps. I am not a legacy in the traditional sense, but I will definitely continue the tradition going forward in my life, and I'm just incredibly honored to be able to be in this position, along with all of these amazing finalists, many of whom I've worked with and know throughout my past 4 years. So an incredible honor. Thank you so much to everyone for listening to my story and working to make Maryland a better place for low-income and marginalized students. So thank you so much. It's an incredible honor. Thank you.
Our second recipient of the UMD Model Citizen Prize has this to say, reading from the recipient's application, I quote, "Having the privilege of serving as the president of a student organization this year, it's been a privilege to be able to get to know so many like-minded students, faculty, and staff at the university who are also contributing to the community in similar impassioned ways. Likewise, the position has allowed me to connect with so many alumni who have left their mark on College Park, and many of whom still contribute to our evolving campus community. My time in the student organization has allowed me to connect with such inspiring people that I have learned so much from, but also serve as a liaison in allowing our members to grow alongside each other as leaders in our own infinity of interest, and those interests serve as a catalyst to inspire the rest. Serving as president has taught me to love the arts even more, as it is a medium that I'm able to share amongst my peers on this campus, and I use my passion to also inspire the next generation of Terps. Our second 2023 UMD Model Citizenship Prize recipient is Matthew Ober. Here you are, Matthew.
Okay, this is truly what feeling speechless is like. It's this is a lot. This is very emotional for me. I was not expecting this award. There's so many fantastic people standing right beside me on this stage, and I've gotten to know so many of them throughout the years here at the University of Maryland. They've all inspired me so much, and my journey as a leader on this campus is, all in debt to them. Walking into the class of starting from the high school class of 2018, coming to the University of Maryland, it was definitely a scary experience. There were so many new challenges and opportunities overwhelming me at the time. And it's to these people around me, actually, who really inspired me to just take this step forward and try and really just learn about who I can be to the community and how I can better myself to be the best version I can to the next generation of people. As a musician, I've learned so much from, the people who give so much to me, my teachers, my mentors, and really I've learned so much on how I can give back to the next generation of musicians and flutists, to my students, all in middle and high schools, and how to really transform their lives to really go get the things that they're interested in, whether they be an All-American in track or they're winning scholarships to high schools for their music departments. It's really empowering just to see how all these people around me can inspire me so I can then give back and inspire the next generation. So I thank you all, to the committee, to my family, and to everybody around me for such a surprising honor. I really appreciate it.
So how about one more round of applause for these extraordinary, amazing, phenomenal student leaders. While I'm going to ask them all to remain on stage because President Pines and I want to get a photo with every one of them, I also want to just say thank you. Thank you all for being here, for showing up, for sharing your support over a lifetime, for those parents and family members and friends who are here. It's that love and care and investment that has helped make all this happen. To my fellow colleagues on campus, students, faculty, staff, administrators, it's also been your guidance and care and commitment to these students that have helped. And a very special thank you to all of our students, those who were nominated and those who received awards. You are exactly what we talk about when we talk about extraordinary, amazing Terps. You are the best. Congratulations. We're proud of you. Thank you all. Safe travels home. So I'm going to have you all move forward, and you all slide down behind. And then we'll have those that are a little shorter get in front. Okay, so go. Move in the front. Others, slide down. Keep moving. Create a second row if you can. Make 2 rows.
Miss the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Awfully lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. But it's so lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. But darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. Oh, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? I've been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Well, it's so lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. I thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. Well, you're so lonely without you. Don't get around much anymore. Well, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. Oh, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? I've been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Well, it's so lonely without you.